which could be quite authentic sounding, basically hearing hiss on it rather than it being a completely quiet radio. Now, what I'm intending to do with all these wires, rather than just take them off and solder them into the individual components, I've bought yeah, that's a function I've not built into this one because I didn't really find it very useful. I found it a bit more annoying than anything. You push the little call button on the front. Yeah, anyway. Next stage is I'm going to try swapping the microphone. I might put well, I've got a selection of microphones out in a drawer. Various types here, various ages. Could be a made in Italy, a bit of an old one, but that might work quite well. Some of these others are what you call crystal microphones. Now they're quite good, but hopefully they would be compatible with this unit and may work better. I could also possibly try changing that speaker, but I don't want to put a speaker on there that's going to overload the circuitry in the unit. The aerial is working at the moment as per design. Now I've left these metallic screws in there as well at the moment, which if I was to slide this in the box, it would stop the signal leaving the aerial there. So I've got to make a decision. I might go and buy some nylon screws and fit those in the board and test it to see if it transmits through the casing of the unit okay. Or I might leave metal screws in it and move the antenna here over to this socket there, over to this socket, and put an aerial coming out the top of the unit. Yeah, I've got the original aerial which came with the radio gear from was it WPG website. So I've got to work out aerial lengths and stuff like that, whether it's the same, or just move this aerial up into the top and put it in a little bit of rubber piping. Okay, I've now selected a better microphone to fit on the unit. I went through all of them and found that this one works much better than the original one and looks more the part. In fact, just put some foam behind it, and basically that pushes in there quite nicely, and the cap should go back on. I could spend a little bit more time with it later if I feel I need to. Yeah, what I've done is I've laced all the wiring inside it with lacing twine. You can see it up the inside there. That's, I think, what do you call it, a foot button. Quite heavy duty, so it seems to do the part quite well. Ran the wires into the mic and the speaker, and I've tied off the twine there. So that's my 15-pin plug, which will plug into the board. Then these are the controls, which are going to go to the top of the unit. Now, the original unit didn't have any controls on the top. It looked just like it is there, but well, where else am I going to put the controls, and do I want the controls? I would say yes, I do want the controls. I want volume, I want band selection, and I want the well, channel selection, and I want the squelch on and off facility. So yes, I do want those controls. So I'm going to fit the board in next, see how it looks. So yeah, it's seems like it's coming together okay. I've just got to put the rubber back over on the side, and we'll see how it looks in a bit. I found this old piece of mica board. It's an instruction card out of some old equipment, scrap equipment from work. I just basically kept it for the board, for whatever. It's a good insulator. Anyway, I've just sawn a section out of that, as you can see in the corner, and if I open up the bottom of the unit, you can see what I've done with it. I'm quite happy with how it's worked out. Yeah, if I just swing that open like that, inside in the bottom, there's my piece of mica board, and there's the 3 batteries. Now, in the lid of or in the base of the walkie, there's this piece of foam rubber. So how it's worked out is, if I just pull on the cord, it lifts the thing there, and there's all the there's the power supply wire with the fuse in it, and there's all the electronics down inside. So it's worked out quite well. Now, the original radio has a look slightly similar to this in the bottom of it. When you lift the base lid, you can see a piece of mica, well, a piece of Bakelite. So that looks quite good, I think. Does the job quite well anyway. And then that gives, pushing down on that gives a little bit of tension. The rubber holds the batteries nicely. Yeah, so it works out quite good. There's the controls on the top now. If I flick that on, that's the volume control winding round. And if I flick this here, just to prove that it's turned on, that's the squelch. I've put the rubber back on the side as well to cover the button. So that works. Yeah, if I turn this little radio unit on, and speak into the microphone on this. 1 2 1 2 1 2, testing testing. Turn the squelch off. 1 2 1 2, testing testing testing. So that works. If I put that down on the bonnet of the Jeep, I can show you this microphone here on this unit works much better. In fact, as soon as I key it, it'll probably pick up feedback. Not quite. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, testing testing testing. Don't know if the volume was, yeah, the volume was completely up, but you can see it's picking up feedback. The microphone's more sensitive than the original one, so I've actually improved this unit by putting a better mic in it. yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that.